Für die liberale Fraktion hat das Wort Herr Vorsitzender Verhofstadt.
Mr President, first of all, I have to tell you that I hesitated a little bit to participate in this debate because we repeat ourselves time and again. I think it's the fourth or the fifth time that we have exactly the same debate, and I agree with Mr Guerrero, who used a very accurate comparison, the myth of Sisyphus. Every time we say, yeah, we need the European Border and Coast Guard. Well, it is. It's now months that the Commission has put on the table of the Council that proposal, and still we are waiting for that, while everybody knows that's the first thing to do, to register, to monitor, to secure our external borders. And when I hear, Mr Van Orden, that you are praising Mr Cameron's policy on refugees, well, go, maybe with me or a number of other volunteers, to the camps in Calais and in Dunkirk, where they are living in the mud, pregnant women, children, who are not allowed to come in Britain. Nevertheless, their family are living in Britain, and they are not allowed to come in. That is then the so-called open policy of a conservative government. I can tell you it's a shame when you go there and when you see in what circumstances these people have to live. Because it's easy to talk about the southern borders of Europe if you see what is happening on the western borders of Europe. And my fear is that after all, we have no longer Schengen applied in Denmark, in Sweden, in Austria, in Slovenia, in Hungary. What is happening if tomorrow Germany is doing that? That could be the end of Schengen. That could be the end of the European Union. Okay, that's what you want. That's what you want. You want to return to your British Empire that no longer existed. But the reality is a little bit different. The reality is that today this all is falling apart because of a lack of decision by member states. It's not the European Union who has a lack of decision. It's the Council who time and again comes together. I hope every time that they're going to take decisions on European Border and Coast Guard, on the new economic migration policy, on a new asylum system, and on a relocation system, a mandatory relocation system for the refugees. And what is happening? 290 people have been relocated officially of the 160,000 proposed by the European Commission. And everybody knows that even that is theory, because in the reality there are more than 1 million people already inside the European Union and in need of a new system. So my plea to you, Mr Tusk, is you're going to have an exceptional summit on the 18th, I think, of February on Brexit. Well, I propose a change. Do an exceptional summit on the refugee crisis. The kind of Brexit can wait until March or April. I think that the most urgent thing to tackle now is that finally to take decisions with the member states on every of the 4 points that is necessary. A relocation system, a migration system, a new asylum system, and at the same time, the first to do a European border and coast guard. And that seems to me far more important than now to start the whole discussion about the Brexit, because it could be that you find maybe a way out for the Brexit, that Britain remains in the European Union, but it could be that we find ourselves without a European Union if we continue like that.